Yo, what is good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition has been announced for the PlayStation 4 in Japan, and it is due out early next year. So let's go ahead and get into the topic here. So the latest issue of the V-Jump has revealed Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4. It will launch officially in Japan on January 31st, 2019 for 6,100 yen. Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition includes 8 characters of the Fighters Pass, which are Android 17, Bardock, Broly, Cooler, Goku Base, Vegeta Base, Vegito, SSGSS, and Zamasu fused. The magazine also has information on some upcoming features to be implemented in the game. So you have the Fighters Tenkaichi Budokai, a new mode where players compete with various rules. Z Trophy Room, your own room decorated with Z trophies. This can be the Kame House, Tournament of Power Venue, Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and more. Z Capsules, Christmas. Following the Halloween capsules, the next seasonal capsules consist of Christmas-themed Z-stamps and color variations. So that is all the information that we have at this point. This is only announced for Japan, but I'm guessing that it's going to be for the US as well, and they're going to have some type of separate announcement, maybe sometime even soon. So I do think that it will come over, but for right now, we do have Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4 in Japan, and these are some really cool updates. You know what I like the most about this? Obviously, getting the characters is great and everything, but also the Fighters Tenkaichi Budokai, a new mode where players can compete with various different rules. I think a lot of these different fighting games should implement more stuff like this, along with a trophy room, so you can basically get stuff, right? So you can get these things in these different events, like Super Smash Bros. Has its whole spirits mode, where there's different stipulations and rules and everything, and if you win, you get something, and then you can use that to power up your character, or you can use that to level up your house or put things in your house, decorations. That type of stuff builds some really cool replay value and more attachment to a lot of these fighting games that really you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over. They don't have the benefit of being able to like go out into an adventure and do all these other things that, like, let's just say normal single players or RPGs can do. So I really like the fact that they're adding in stuff like this, giving players more value, but it does seem like the upcoming features, those are going to be in a free update or something like that. So the fighters, obviously you're going to have to buy the deluxe edition if you want them, or buy that separately, but all the other stuff that I talked about, the upcoming features, will be like a free update. So the Z capsules, the trophy room, the Fighters Tenkaichi Budokai, all of that is really cool. So I like the fact that they're doing all that, and I think it's going to add even more value to a game that people really do like. This game, Dragon Ball FighterZ, has really came out of nowhere, and the fact that they're doing a deluxe edition just shows its success that it's had. This is the best-selling Dragon Ball Z game of all time, if I'm not correct, which is just crazy in its own right. The fact that no other game has sold more than this one, considering how many Dragon Ball Z games there have been on the install bases based on things. But hey, you gotta find it somewhere, and they found really the gold or the pay dirt when it comes to Dragon Ball and kind of what they need to do. So even with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, that game is done extremely well too. So looking forward to Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition. I'm still going to be picking up the Switch version for this Black Friday. I know I'm going to be getting that, but this Deluxe Edition, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to come over to other places too, but we'll have to wait and see on it. So what do you guys think about Dragon Ball FighterZ Deluxe Edition coming out on January 31st, 2019 in Japan? Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here. Dragon Marked for Death has been officially delayed to January 31st, 2019 in North America and Europe. Plus, there's some more details on how this game is going to be distributed. We've got some good news, some somewhat weird news, maybe some bad news in some people's eyes, but I think overall it's going to be a good thing for the game. So let's talk about it first. So NT Creates has delayed Dragon Marked for Death from its previously planned December 13th, 2018 release date in North America and Europe to January 31st, 2019. The game will release for the Nintendo Switch digitally on that date, but a physical release via publisher Nighthawk Interactive is planned for release as close to the digital version as possible. Dragon Marked for Death will be sold as 2 separate packs for $14.99 each. So you have the Frontline Fighters pack. This includes the Empress and Warrior characters, which are more friendly to beginners and contain DPS and tank type characters that are archetypes to any action game. And then you have the Advanced Fighters pack, which includes the Shinobi and Witch characters, which are more technical characters with higher skill ceilings and are geared towards more advanced players. Now, players can purchase whichever pack that they like at first, then purchase the other pack as downloadable content should they choose to do so. The physical version will include both packs, and then there's a brand new animated chair that you guys are checking out as well. So that's the reason why I said it's kind of interesting how they're doing this. So 15 bucks each for each pack, so $30 total. And I think that with everything that you get in this game, with the characters, with the online co-op, with the story that they're building, I don't think $30 is a bad price if you're going to just get both packs, if you just want to go ahead and do that, or if you just want to experience a couple of the characters and maybe you don't think that you're going to need all the other characters, that you can just go with that. It's just interesting that they went that route instead of just having it, hey, this is going to be $29.99 and you get all of this. But I think that it's a good idea. I think it can definitely be a good idea, because at $14, if there's only 2 characters that you think that you really like and that you're going to really play through the game as and play online, then there's no need to have the other characters. However, if you want to have everything, obviously that's getting both packs would be good. Now here's the thing too, guys. Now the physical edition does come with both of them in there, and that will be the one that I pick up. I want to have this game physical just because Dragon Mark Vedette just seems like one of those games that's going to be a lot of fun to play, and I want to be able to use it on multiple switches that I do have. I do have my recording switch that I use for all of my footage and everything like that, and then I have my casual one that I use in the living room, and it'd be great if I can just have that physical edition so I can play on both of them back and forth and everything. So for me, physical is always a better option, but I know for others, definitely digital is going to be better. You can get it for cheaper if you want just a couple different characters. I want to use all the different characters though, but I do want the ninja and I also want the witch. Those 2 characters seemed more to my style even before I knew about the advanced and beginner type of players or anything like that. I thought that the witch and the ninja looked really cool, and definitely the ninja. You guys already knew that the ninja would be the one that I'd want to use. So I'm looking forward to the physical edition. Now, one of the reasons why this game was delayed, I think, one, because you obviously want to get out of Smash Brothers territory, but the biggest reason why it was delayed is because they want to close the gap between the digital and the physical release, and it's going to take a little bit of time to do so with a physical release, producing cartridges. So you know what, might as well just delay it. You don't want to have a huge gap in between digital and physical. I never liked that. I always want it to be day and date, digital and physical, so the smaller the gap, the better. So I'm actually happy that they did that. I'm going to be playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate pretty much all December hardcore. So this is coming out all the way to January 31st. So I'm still going to be playing Super Smash Bros. Hardcore, but it will be nowhere near as bad when it comes to it. I know Kingdom Hearts comes out around that time too, so it's going to be interesting to see how everything is. But this is a Switch exclusive. Kingdom Hearts isn't coming to Switch, so there's that as well. So what do you guys think about Dragon Marked with Death? Its plans that they have for the game, physical edition, and everything so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final topic here, we do have a rumor about a discless Xbox One due out in 2019. So Microsoft will release a discless Xbox One console in spring 2019 or earlier, according to a recent rumor. So the discless Xbox One reportedly ships alongside a disc-to-digital program that enables users who own physical discs to bring their games to participating retailers to trade in for digital downloads. The lowest price for the Xbox One is currently $299. The discless console is expected to cost $200 or less. Now, in addition to the discless console, Microsoft is reportedly also preparing a revised Xbox One X SKU due out later in 2019. The console will still have a disc drive and is still being made solely for the purpose of cost reduction. Now, the report clarifies that the discless console will not be part of the previously reported Scarlet family of Xbox consoles, which includes a traditional local console and a streaming console due out in 2020. Now, Thurrott, that is the place that is reporting this, says that Microsoft is trying to decide if Scarlet will include a disc drive. So very interesting information here. Some of it probably true, some of it probably a little bit not true. We don't really know until Microsoft actually comes out and says, hey, this is what we're going to do, this is what's going to happen. But for Microsoft and what they're trying to do, which is Games Pass, Games as Service, Games for Gold, Games Pass, have you sign up for all these different things, it makes sense, right? Because all this stuff is digital. Games with Gold, it's all digital. You don't get any physical things or any type of rewards physical. And also with their Games Pass, it's all digital. You would need a big hard drive and you would just need just the console. You don't need to put a disc in there at all for these type of digital services that Microsoft is pushing. So if they already have options, which they do, the Xbox One X, the Xbox One S, and the original Xbox, they already have options for physical media on there. There's nothing wrong with bringing something else out that can reduce the cost and also push whatever type of business that you're trying to push, which is all digital. Microsoft has already been pushing that, and if you look at these systems anyway, you pretty much have to install the whole thing to your hard drive. So some people have already just said, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and go all digital anyway. So this console, and if you love Games Pass and if you love games with gold and just doing all of that, then this is actually a good deal. This is actually a pretty good deal, and it might be something that you'd be interested in. Now, for old school dudes like myself and probably a lot of you guys out there, this is a no bueno. This is no good. You know, this is not something that I'm going to be excited about or interested in, because I need my physical media. I like my physical media. I have multiple Xbox Ones with the Xbox One X and my Xbox One S in the living room, PlayStation 4 Pro, PlayStation. I like to have that disc drive in there just so I can be able to take a game and put it somewhere else, or if I go somewhere, if I travel, if I want to take my PlayStation, or if I want to take something, not I just take my Switch. But even then, like, I want to have that physical media. You know, I want to have that, just because to me, I don't want to be able to say, okay, everything's digital and not be able to trade a game in or not be able to take it over to somewhere else. So you guys already know how I operate. But for all of the digital type of people, which they are coming, digital revenues and digital stuff is just booming when it comes to sales. This makes sense for Microsoft to put out. So I'm definitely not going to hate on that. I think that there is a place for something like this in today's video game industry. A lot of other stuff is all digital that we've seen before. So it makes sense for Microsoft to do this if this does happen. Remember, it's still a rumor, but it definitely seems like something that Microsoft would do. So what do you guys think about all the different topics that we discussed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps us spread the content of players across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.